Hey guys, welcome to this week's practice video. So as we said, we're going to focus on deep stretches, applying the 3 principles of time, repetition, and awareness to really gain some mobility. Let's begin with a warm-up, and following up on last week's video, we're going to do a couple of sun salutation cycles to warm up. So stand at the top of your mat, 1 foot distance from the top of your mat, and you know the drill. Hands in front of your chest. Inhale, raise your arms up, back bending. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, drop your knee onto the floor. Open up your shoulders. Exhale, plank pose. Drop your knees, chest and chin down on the floor. Release the feet and inhale into cobra pose. Exhale, push yourself up into mountain pose. Raise your right leg up. Bring it back between the palms in front of you. Drop your left knee onto the floor. Inhale, open up your shoulders. Exhale, bring the left foot front. Fold forward. Inhale, raise your arms up. Lock your glutes, back bending. Exhale, hands in front of your chest. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left leg back. Drop your knee onto the floor. Open up your shoulders. Exhale, plank pose. Drop your knees, chest and chin down on the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, mountain pose. Raise your left leg up. Bring it between your palms. Inhale, open up your shoulders. Exhale, bring your right foot forward and fold. Inhale, raise your arms up, lock your glutes, lock your core. Exhale, namaste. Cycle 1. Let's do 1 more cycle. Inhale, raise your arms up, back bending. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, right leg back, drop your knee, open your shoulders. Exhale, plank pose. Drop your knees, chest and chin down on the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, mountain pose. Raise your right leg up. Bring your right foot between your palms. Drop your left knee and open your shoulders. Exhale. Bring your left foot front, forward fold. Inhale, slowly raise yourself up. Back bending. Exhale, namaste. Inhale, raise your arms up, back bending. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, left foot back. Drop your knee onto the floor. Exhale, plank pose. Drop your knees, chest and chin down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, mountain pose. Raise your left leg up. Bring it between your palms. Drop your right knee on the floor. Inhale, open your shoulders. Exhale, bring your right foot forward. Inhale, lock your glutes, lock your core. Back bending. Exhale, namaste. Good job, guys. Close your eyes for a second here. Become aware of the sensations in your body. Perhaps your heart rate is up, your breathing is up. Very well. Open your eyes. Here we are. Okay, let's begin today's long stretch session. And we'll begin on the floor. We'll begin with the left leg. We're going to start with a hamstring stretch. So put your right leg on the side. Put some pillows underneath if you need some support here. I don't have one right now. And we're going to do a forward fold to reach towards the left foot. So if you remember the principles, we're going to extend. Inhale, extend the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Try to go as far as you can. And when you reach the maximum range of motion, you can start rounding your back a little bit. Try to hold on to your leg, hold on to your toe or your foot. For these positions today, I do recommend using a belt or a strap if you have one. This really allows you to pull yourself deeper into the stretch. And now we use the breathing. With every inhale, try to move the head and the chest forward, and exhale, try to find some length and some relaxation. Inhale, exhale. Very good. Now we're going to release this slowly, and we're going to move. We're going to put our right leg in the front, and we're now going to stretch the left hip flexor. So for this one, please leave your left knee onto the floor, and now we're going to move forward. Put both your hands on your right knee. Your right knee can go past your ankle, and you want to try and stay with your chest straight. In this way, you should really feel a stretch in the inside or in the front of your left thigh. If you let your body go down, you won't feel much of a stretch, but as you go up, here you should feel the stretch. Stay with your stretch. And release this, come back to the front. Now put your right knee on the floor and bring your left foot in front of you. If you need here for help, you can use stability. You can use some chairs on the side or some tables. And here we're going to go down in a forward fold. So remember, we'll extend the spine and try to fold as much as possible from the hips. So let me just put the phone back on. Let's extend the spine and exhale, going down forward. Try to bring your toes in dorsiflexion, so your toes slightly towards you. Don't force it. And use gravity and your breathing to get deeper and deeper into the stretch. If you lose your balance like I just did, use your right hand to hold yourself steady and go down with the left hand. Use the breathing. And we exhale, relax into the position. You're safe. And we release. Now we're going to come back towards the end of our mat. We're going to kneel on our two legs. And now, tilting our bodies to the left, I want you to bring your right leg forward. And your left foot and left shin should come out a little bit. Shouldn't be underneath you. And now, we're using support from our elbows. We're going to go backwards. If you've got the flexibility, you can actually drop yourself all the way back onto your mat. But if that's not the case, simply support yourself with your hands or with your elbows. Again, focus on the breathing. Let's go. So here, by going down like this, you really want to feel a stretch of the quadriceps. And in fact, the deeper you go, the more that stretch is going to impact the hip flexors in the front here towards your lower back. Use your breathing. Relax. Okay. Using your right hand side, twist your body towards the right and use your right elbow and your left hand to push yourself back up. Very well. Now release your legs in front of you. Now what I want you to do, we're going to lie down on our backs. And we're still focusing on this left leg. We're going to bring this left leg towards our chest. This is quite a dynamic position, so I really want you to hold it using your strength of your shoulders and your arms. So we lie down on our backs, and when we're ready, we bring this left knee close to our chest. And remember, this is not sleeping. We don't want to be distracted. We want to really pull this knee closer and closer, higher and higher towards your head, and closer towards our chest. Again, use the breathing to deepen the stretch. Keep pulling. And we release. Release the left leg slowly back onto the floor. Shake the legs a little bit. And now we do the same with the right leg. There's a little lizard somewhere behind me. On the, oh, it's a beautiful lizard actually, on the tree above us. Do the same with the right leg. Take your left leg in this position here. Again, use a cushion if you need. And when you're ready, inhale, extend your spine, and forward fold. Grab onto your ankle, your shin, the toes. We'll use the strap as we discussed. And now, focus on the breathing. With every exhale, pull yourself a little bit closer. You're safe. Everything is safe. Okay, let's release. Bring the right leg behind you, the left foot forward. Now we do the hip flexor stretch. Okay, let's go. Remember, the more upright you stay, the more you stretch your right hip flexor. If you don't feel much, try to go even deeper into the stretch. If you don't feel much and you get distracted, that means the stretch is not strong enough. Don't quote me on that one. I'm not sure what I'm saying. Okay, let's release this one. Bring the left knee back onto the floor, right heel in front of you. Once again, we'll do a forward fold to target the hamstrings. Extend your spine. Inhale. Exhale. Fold from the hips. Reach out to grab the toes or use your strap. And focus. Inhale. Extend your spine. Exhale. Find more depth in the stretch. And again. Very well. And release. Now, using, again, the counter pose, the mirror pose, we're going to extend our left foot forward. Our right leg and our right foot comes underneath us, just not quite underneath us. No, don't sit on your foot. And now we're going to go backwards. Stretch the quadricep, stretch the hip flexor again. Stay with your elbows if this is too much, if you feel it's too painful. If you feel you can go down onto the floor, go down onto the floor. And relax. With every exhale, try to have your knee come closer to the floor and your lower back closer to the floor as well. Very well. Turn yourself towards your left hand side. Use your left elbow and your right hand to push yourself back up and untangle that leg from underneath you. Now we're going to be lying down again. So we're going to bring our left knee close to our chest. Let's go down. Interlock your fingers. Bring that right knee close to your chest and higher up towards your face. Remember, this is active, not passive. So keep pulling the knee closer. And as you breathe out, keep relaxing into the position. And I apologize for repeating the same thing over and over again, but that's kind of the point. Is that lizard gone? No one knows. Got distracted there. Exhale, pull that knee closer into your chest. We release in 2, 1. There you go. Slowly release your right leg. Shake your feet. Tap your legs onto the floor. Very well. Okay. Bring yourself back upright. Now, we're going to try and measure now if we can already go deeper into a forward fold, but this is not the final forward fold for today. Again, inhale, extend your spine. We want to avoid compression. And exhale, slowly fold forward. Grab your shins, grab your ankles, grab your toes. And exhale, keep finding some length. Relax and pull forward. Your body can go there, but for the moment it thinks it's not safe. So you need to tell your body it's safe. Very well, let's release here. Excellent. Now the counter pose to this, we're going to bend backwards with our knees on the floor. Now this pose can be pretty challenging. Your heels come slightly outside your buttocks, okay? And we're going to bend backwards. So here in this position, what you want is stability. Either your elbows touch and your lower back doesn't touch, or your lower back touches and your knee touch, and then your elbows won't go all the way down. So for people who are not very flexible, who are not used to this position, I invite you to go and get some pillows, some cushions to put below and underneath your spine, and you can relax onto those pillows. Ali and I will just go straight on, because we're pretty professional, you know what I'm saying? We can't do it very properly, but we know how to do it without hurting ourselves. So when you're ready, let's go backwards. You can stay on your elbows if you want, like so. And if you want, you can just drop onto your shoulders, your shoulder blades. Here, my knees go up. That's okay because the rest of my body is stable. And now enjoy the stretch. We're stretching the quads, the hip flexors, and you should even feed it into your lower back, in fact. If this is too much, release and reduce the angle. And slowly work your way to a fully flat position, which I haven't achieved yet. With every breath, just go deeper into the position. You're safe, you're supported. Very well. Now to release, you can either go up straight, but if like me, you're very stretched here, you would turn to one side, let the body follow, the knees follow, release the feet from underneath you, and get yourself up. Very well. Good job, guys. And now a final forward fold. We've stretched a lot of the front, a lot of the back, a little bit of the hips. A final forward fold, and this one will take 90 seconds in it. So again, try to have your toes slightly curled towards you. Use a strap, use a belt, use something if you need to. If you can reach your toes, use your own strength to pull yourself forward. Focus on the breathing. Let's go. Extend your spine. Exhale, fold forward. And you see now I go straight for the toes in the sense that the body is warmed up and I've already gained some flexibility for this session. And don't stay where you are. Try to keep bringing yourself forward towards your feet. Head towards feet as opposed to head towards knees initially. And then if you're as flexible as Ali, you can start dropping your whole chest and your head towards your feet. Every exhale is a chance to relax into the position. Pull yourself slightly forward. Pretty straightforward. Look at you holding your heels over there. How much we gain in one 10-minute session. All right, slowly relax. Feels good, that, doesn't it? Very well. Good job, guys. Shake the legs a little bit. Okay, now we're going to ensure, because we worked a little bit on the lower back, we're going to ensure that we kind of that the spine is a bit calibrated or balanced. So let's sit cross-legged. Very simply, we'll bring our right hand behind the left knee. The left hand goes behind us, and we'll simply push with our right hand a little bit to create a bit of a twist. Stay here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring yourself back forward. Raise your hands up and do the same on the other side. Left hand on the right knee. Push a bit to create a little bit of a twist. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, and come back to the center. Good job, guys. And now, in the second part of this stretch, we're going to focus a bit more on the hips. Bit of a hip opening session. So let's begin lying down first, and we're going to work a little bit on the hip and the lower back. We'll lie down here, and we're going to bring our left knee towards the right hand side, and we're going to use our right hand to keep that left knee on the floor. And once I get my phone sorted, what we then want to do is keep the left hand, bring the left hand towards the floor on the left here. So breathe out and slowly try to bring your left arm, your left shoulder down onto the floor. But don't do that at the cost of lifting your left knee. Keep your left knee grounded and slowly twist. You can also turn your head to the left hand side. Release this, slowly come back with your left hand side. And now we're going to do the opposite pose. Bring the right knee towards your right hand side, lock the right knee with the left hand, and slowly bring your right hand towards the right. Keep the left knee onto the floor. A lot of people watching us now. Soon we'll be famous. Use your breath, find more depth. Okay, release this side as well. Very well. Okay, bring yourself back up into a seated position. And we're now going to go for a bit of a butterfly pose, targeting the inside of the hips. So what we want to do, initially we want to do a dynamic butterfly. So we're simply going to bring our feet together like so, interlock your fingers, and simply go up and down like this. And try to go as low as possible by pulling or perhaps pushing the knees down like this. Okay, this is just a kind of warm up. Very well. Now we're going to do a little bit of what we call PNF, which is to say that we are going to create pressure. We're going to use our muscles to create a force, and for about 20 seconds, and then we're going to release that force, and they should increase the range of our stretch. So in this instance, we keep the same position and we're going to try to close the legs, right? The knees want to get closer together, but you're going to use your elbows and your forearms to prevent that from happening. So you're blocking your own movement. So it looks like this from the outside, which is to say it doesn't look like much, but your hips are really working hard trying to close that gap between your knees. Okay, we're going to hold this for 20 seconds with intensity, and after 20 seconds we release, and upon releasing we really want to release and exhale and open up the hips in doing so. Okay, you ready to try? Let me put the timers here. 3, 2, 1, push. Beautiful day. It doesn't look like much is happening, but much is happening. Keep pushing, keep closing, and release. Keep releasing. Try to let your knees gravitate towards the ground. You can do some slight movements from left to right. Breathe out. Relax. And we're going to go again. We're going to go again, trying to close that gap between our knees. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Push. Keep pushing. Keep closing that gap. Keep it up. Keep it up. Release. Woo! Scared to break the trousers, yeah. Wow, this is really, I can really start feeling the stretch. So keep stretching now. Even though I'm chatting a lot, I'm a chatty person. Keep breathing out and relaxing the hips. And we're going to go for one final round of applying pressure and the last few seconds of relaxing. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, and push. Ooh. Serious pushing happening. Serious pushing. Don't poop yourself. Trying to close the knees together. The arms won't let it happen. Relax, release. Okay, use your breath. Perhaps you feel it, perhaps you can see it on the video. I've gained a few centimeters. Ali's knees are almost on the floor compared to the start. So that's how this works. It works really well. Keep relaxing. Okay, very well. Now we're going to do another stretch movement, and I don't know what the actual name is for that position. I call it the lying down squat, which is a very poor name. It doesn't really mean much. So you're going to release yourself from this pose, and you're going to essentially stay on your knees. What I want you to do, I want you to open the gap between your knees as much as possible on your mat, and you're going to come to lie down on your elbows. As you do so, you can try and gain a few more centimeters between your knees. And what I want you to do during this position is I want you to slowly try to move your butt backwards. Don't go too far. I think you should feel it very quickly. That as soon as you move a little bit backwards, the inside of your hips are going to tell you to go to hell. Are you ready to try this? Very well. Put yourself on your knees, create a wide gap, and go down onto your elbows. If you don't feel anything, that means the gap between your knees is not wide enough, so you can widen it. And if you start feeling something, stay where you are and slowly bring your buttocks backwards. And breathe out. We've got a loud group of tourists showing up. That's good. In the Chinese. They're French. Keep relaxing, using your breath. Find a bit more depth into the stretch. Hip opening. And 3, 2, 1. Release. Bring yourself forward. Slowly bring your knees closer together. Very well. Now, one of our final stretches is going to be the pigeon stretch. This targets the inside of the hip. We're going to start with the left leg. So here in this stretch, what you want to do is you want to bring your left foot and left knee onto the floor, like so. Ideally, you would want your foot perhaps to be around here, so a 90-degree angle. But some of us are not very flexible. And here, we're going to drop our weight forward. You put your right leg backwards here, and you want to feel that as you drop forward onto your elbows, you really want to feel that something is happening inside your left hip. So this is what we're targeting. And let's go. Drop onto your elbows or drop onto your chest, on your forehead if you have the flexibility. And you really want to feel this stretch happening inside your left hip. If you don't feel much, that's probably because the angle here is too narrow. You can try and bring your left foot a little bit forward, like so. Well, I can feel that one. Use the breath to find more length, find more space. Exhale and release this pose. We're going to do the same with the other side. Bring your right knee and right foot forward, left leg back, and when you're ready, release down onto your elbows, release down onto your chest. And you should make sure you feel the stretch in the right hip. The rest of your body should be quite stable. Remember, every breath is the chance to find more space, to settle, to relax. Okay, let's release out of this one. Very well. And now our final pose for the day is going to be a squat. Let's try to squat as much as we can. So we're going to call this a kind of yogi squat, I believe. So I'm not very good at squatting, but hopefully after all these stretches we've just done, I'll find a bit more power in the squat. So what we want to do, we can start from a standing position. We want to have the legs quite wide apart, wider than your hips. The wider the legs, the easier to go down for someone like me. Also, someone like me will need to put the feet with a greater angle. This will allow me to go down more easily. The more flexible you are, the more your feet can go forward. Okay, so we're going to try and hold that squat for about a minute. And we want to use our elbows to keep the space between our knees open. So we go down into the squat position. Put your hands in front of you, and you can use your elbows to open up the knees. If you need for balance, you can hold onto something. Put your arms in front of you. You can, if you're looking at the video, you can have a look at how Ali's feet are almost pointing forwards, and she's very low. I'm not low at all, and my feet are pointing sideways. It's the difference in flexibility of the hamstrings, the ankles. I'll get there. I'll get there. Together, we will get there. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly raise yourself back up and shake that off. Super, guys. This is it for today. I hope you feel like you perhaps have reached your toes today, and you hadn't, as you never had before. So this is the type of stretches that we sometimes will practice, and this kind of class I really recommend doing it 2 to 3 times a week, up to 5 times a week even if you can. And honestly, in a matter of days, 2 weeks, massive improvements. You will really start feeling differently in your hips, in your hamstrings, in your lower back in general. That's it. That's all from us for this week. Thanks a lot for joining as usual from Laos. Take care. Bye bye.